All right, we are on Yadayim, Perek Aleph Mishnah Hey, fifth Mishnah in the first chapter of Masechet Yadayim. So we're talking about water that's been used, and when is the water that's been used in any way or touched or made pasul for Netilat Yadayim, and when is it still usable? Says the Mishnah, Hamaim shanachtom matbil bahem eta gluskin. The water that the baker, nachtom is a baker, he dips into them the gluskim. Gluskim are the unbaked breads. Gluskim, kikarot, lechem, naki. Right? He dips them in water before he puts them in the oven. He's not bageling them, but he's dipping them in order to, whatever they use to make the gluskim, to make the bread. Psulim. That water is pasul. But ukishu mediach et yadayim behem ksherim. But if he dips his hand into the water, betachet gluskim biyado, and then he smears it with his hands, then the water is ksherim. Why? Shalom na'aseit melacha b'mayim shebekli, because there was not done melacha, water, with the mayim in the kli, el b'mayim shelaka b'chafnav. So it's not that you don't like, when the water is in the kli, it's not that you touched it and that made the water not usable. If you use the water in the kli as in melacha and work, then the water is no longer usable. But if you just took the water out and you will use the water that way, then the water is still usable in the kli, ksherim. Says the Mishnah. What about people? Remember, it has to be koach. It has to be the water that's poured. It has to be netilat yadayim or netinat yadayim. And that's why the big problem is that you have is when you open a faucet, that's not considered koach adam. Nonetheless, the Mishnah says hakol ksherim litain leyadayim. Everything is kosher to put on to litain netinat yadayim. Afilu cheresh shotev katan. Even cheresh is someone who is deaf and mute. Shoten, not of sound mind, or katan, a minor. And remember, those are the categories. Cheresh, shotev, katan are people that don't have halachic da'at. They don't have the halachic knowledge or ability to do something as an intentional act. So the Mishnah is saying here is that it has to be done with power, with human power. We're going to see if it's whether we need human or not. But it doesn't have to be koach adam. It doesn't have to be, an intentional act. Therefore, the Mishnah says, you can put it in your knees and use your knees in order to somehow pour the water. Or matechavit al tzida v'notel. Let's say you take a huge barrel, and you have a little spout, and you pour it on its side v'notel, and then you put your hands under it. Meaning, if a human being starts the process of pouring the water, the Bar Tudura says, okay, matechavit al tzida v'afilo alach v'yashavlo. You went and had coffee. Acharkach v'achavit, and you went and had coffee. Acharkach v'achavit shofechet mayim kol yom kulo. And the thing is still pouring water. Machmat hatayato. It's because of the act of turning it over. V'chashiv koach gavra. This is really important. Koach gavra. The power of a person, a human being. It's human power. Okay, so therefore, as long as it was initiated with human power, therefore that's sufficient in order for netilat yadayim. Mishnah says, v'hakof notel yadayim. You can have a monkey do netilat yadayim, notel. It's interesting. Here we had litain, netilat yadayim, and here we have netilat yadayim. So we see in the Mishnah that the terms are interchangeable. A monkey can do it. Rabbi Yossi posel b'shnei elu. Rabbi Yossi says, sorry, those two, bekof u'b'matechavit al tzida. Neither the monkey or the leaning over. Bekof we shouldn't ba'inan koach adam. Koach adam is the same as gavra. Gever is gavra. You need a koach adam. Veleka, you don't have koach adam. U'matechavit al tzida. I'm turning on its side. Lav koach gavri chashuv. Not considered koach gavra. En halacha ke Rabbi Yossi. The halacha is not like Rabbi Yossi. So what would it be? I mean, if I need koach gavra, as long as I do an initiating act, let's say I push a button and the water comes out. It's really interesting. So when I open a faucet, there's pressure of the water. I'm releasing the water. But what if I push a button to turn the thing to make koach gavra? It would seem to me that should be enough. If a monkey could do it, a machine should be able to do it as well. Or what if I tell my robot, "Hey, robot, pour water on my hands"? Would that be enough? Really interesting question. Alexa, do netilat yadayim. It would seem if the kof can do it, that's a Mishnah saying, you don't need koach gavra, you need an initiating act. I think Rabbi Yossi would probably not be happy, but it seemed that it would work. I don't know. What do you think? Send me an email or a WhatsApp. Share it on the Telegram group. We have a chat group. We'd love to know what you think. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.